Well, the Biden family back in hot water amid multiple affidavits obtained by the Daily Mail. They allege Biden's younger brother, James, admitted that he was hired to negotiate a $40 million deal with the Saudis because he was the vice president's sibling. This is growing concern that the president himself could be compromised by foreign countries, especially China. So what does this mean about the state of our national security? Joining us now is our company, former deputy assistant to President Donald Trump and host of the Gorka Reality Check right here on Newsmax, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, and former assistant Treasury Secretary and the host of the Monica Crowley podcast. Monica Crowley, welcome to both of you. All right, Seb, crazy stories continuing to come out. I will say you now have Jim Biden insisting that he never negotiated with the Saudis. He said that today. But this seems to be a pattern, as Sean and I were talking about earlier, that this is not the first story we've heard like this. I mean, this is just one amongst many.
How long are we going to hear this? I mean, we've known for 3 years now. Recently, Hunter Biden's lawyers, who must be the dumbest attorneys in the world, actually admitted, yeah, can we have that laptop back because it's our client's laptop? We've heard all the voicemails. We've read the 10% emails for the big guy. We've heard Tony Bobulinski. This isn't just one story. This is a criminal cartel that has the last name Biden, whether it's Jim, whether it's Frank, whether it's Joe, whether it's the guy for $49,000 was renting that property where the top secret documents were being vouchsafed next to the Corvette. This is a criminal cartel, and we need to start talking about it like that.
You know, Monica, Seb brings up an interesting point. We've had all this focus on Hunter Biden and his laptop. Have Jim and Frank, his two brothers, who have been basically grifting off of Joe for years, are they getting enough scrutiny from the media?
No, they're not. And to Seb's point, we've got a sprawling Biden family that have all apparently been deeply involved in leveraging Joe Biden's political positions like U.S. Senator, like Vice President, and Lord knows what's happening now that he's President of the United States. I mean, just in the story about Jim Biden, and I know he's denying it, but the Biden family has a long history of denying these kinds of international business transactions, very shady. So they will deny it to your face, and then of course months later we learn that of course it's true. Jim Biden's wife Sarah is on the record saying that Jim and Joe are extremely close. There are no secrets between them. They tell each other everything. So look, you've got the brother, you've got the son, you've got sisters-in-law. We don't even know the extent of the corruption in this family. There needs to be a deep dive investigation into all of this because, you know, it was one thing if he was selling his senatorial office. It's another thing, even more serious, if he were selling his vice presidency, which we now have real evidence that in fact he was. But now he is President of the United States. His other role is Commander-in-Chief. So is the Commander-in-Chief representing America's interests, or is he representing the Biden family interests? The American people deserve to know.
Monica, I want to get your take on this and switch gears a little bit. During a Senate testimony yesterday hearing, President Biden's nominee for the Federal Communication Commission had this to say about DirecTV dropping Newsmax. Listen.
I don't know why DirecTV deplatformed them. I've spilled blood trying to get them on platforms, the predecessor to OAN called Wealth TV, but also Newsmax. So I'm very troubled by that. But I fear that there may be some competitive issues at play. I don't know the actual facts, but I think it's something the FCC should investigate.
Okay, that's Gigi Sloan. That's many conservatives do not love her. Senators have been outspoken about her. But I think the thing is you have a liberal nominee there being outspoken about what DirecTV has done to Newsmax.
Well, I'm very happy to hear Ms. Sloan say that. I just hope that if, in fact, she is confirmed, and I don't believe she should, I believe she is extremely problematic for the FCC. She's made continual donations to Democratic senators while her confirmation was pending, her nomination was pending, and she is a real radical. So I hope she doesn't get confirmed. But if she does, let's see if she puts her money where her mouth is when it comes to Newsmax and DirecTV. A lot of these left-wingers come before the Senate for their confirmation, and they tell the panel exactly what they want to hear. The proof is in the pudding, of course, and if, in fact, she does get confirmed, let's see if she moves on the DirecTV Newsmax question.
Exactly. Seb, I do want to touch base about this. Speaking of Newsmax, during the briefing yesterday, our own James Rosen, White House correspondent, asked Karine Jean-Pierre the following question.
Of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. The idea that Los Angeles and what am I doing here?
Well, Seb, that was the response to the question that we wanted to show you. But James Rosen asked Karine Jean-Pierre about what formats he likes to engage in terms of with the media. And Karine Jean-Pierre's answer was he's the best communicator. We just wanted to play some of his best hits. Do you think he's the best communicator the White House? Because I don't know that there's that much competition.
Well, listen, God bless James. I actually played the cut of him asking that question of Karine Jean-Pierre, as my friend Chris Plant calls her, on my radio show today. And then she said, without blinking, she said, yes, but Joe Biden's the best of us all. And then you laugh, and then you stop and you think, well, Kamal is not exactly good at communicating. Remember, I love Venn diagrams. And Russia's a big country. Ukraine's not so big. School buses. Who doesn't love school buses? You can charge your phone. So in a choice amongst these people, who can communicate at all? So maybe the guy who likes chocolate ice cream is the best communicator. But it doesn't say much for the whole team, does it, Sean?
I know. You're absolutely right. Seb, Monica, I appreciate you both being with us and sharing your insights.
Thanks, guys.